I need to talk to you about this, Dassil. Like face to face. Tell me a better attacking midfielder right now, a better 10 than GIBBS-WHITE in the Premier League. You can't. Because the Premier League is fucking dead on 10s. That doesn't mean I want him. GIBBS-WHITE is a very okay player. He's a solid player. He's been at a great fourth team right now with a very good manager. You put him in this Man City team, he will not be as good. He will not be as good. The football is completely different. So that's waffle, Dassil. Yeah, that is waffle. Or you put him in team of the season. Yeah, because he's had his one good season of his life. Words is better than GIBBS-WHITE and it's more it's better than GIBBS-WHITE and it's more close to De Bruyne, who we are replacing. He's more reasonably priced as well. Like, we pay 50 million extra for him. Okay. But the amount of extra talent we get 4 extra years of him as well. So, GIBBS-WHITE, he's a good footballer, but I don't want him. He's not where we need an English player. Because people talk here about, oh, we need homegrown players. I know the fucking rules of football, mate. Don't say, oh, but homegrown this. I fucking calculated this shit. We do not need a homegrown midfielder. There are very good right backs and left backs that are homegrown. That you can buy right now. Kurkas, Robinson, is that how you say his name? These man, yeah, you can go buy them right now. You don't need to buy a midfielder that is homegrown. If Doku leaves, you can replace him with a homegrown right winger. And Morgan Rodgers. Fuck, if Doku leaves, you can get Morgan GIBBS-WHITE and you can get Words. Because that's GIBBS-WHITE can play in multiple positions. He can play as an 8 and as a 10. And then Foden can play as an 8 and a 10. If Doku as an 8, 10 and right wing. If Doku leaves, then you open up a right wing spot, which means Foden will play more on the right wing, which means you can give some of the minutes in midfield to GIBBS-WHITE. So if Doku leaves, sure, then you can get GIBBS-WHITE. But how much are we paying for him? 100 million? Why? Why pay 100 million for this man? Like, he's not bad. But you can get other homegrown players in for cheaper. And again, there are other homegrown players. I look at Robinson, Anthony Robinson at Fulham. You get him for way cheaper, bro. You get him for way cheaper. He's more experienced, he has more what we need, and he brings that homegrown in. The only reason people want GIBBS-WHITE is because of homegrown, let's be honest. Does anyone want GIBBS-WHITE purely on his ability of football? No. They want him because he's homegrown. Bro, I tell you, there are better homegrown players than GIBBS-WHITE for cheaper. Let's be real, yeah, let's be real. If you actually calculate, yeah, homegrown stuff at Man City. Echeverry is homegrown, I believe. I think he becomes homegrown. If we loan him out, I'm not sure, but I believe he's homegrown if he stays. Which is why I don't think we'll loan him out, by the way. So, Echeverry, homegrown. Foden, homegrown. Oscar Bob, homegrown. O'Reilly, O'Reilly, homegrown. We have a lot of homegrown players already. Rico Lewis, if you want to keep him, I don't, but if you want to keep him, homegrown. Like, you know. Personally, like, people talk shit about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Because I said I will take Aaron Wan-Bissaka as a backup player. And Martin gave me shit from Mancunian Way. Go check out their channel if you haven't already. Luke told me nah. And respect, different opinion. But here's the thing, yeah. People worry about homegrown. That is a homegrown right back, happy to sit on the bench, who is way cheaper than some of these other options, is coming into his prime right now, and he's not actually that bad. He's not that bad, bro. He's not great, but bro, people think you can have world-class players in every position. You can't. But then people go to the other extreme end. Oh, we don't want to buy classicals. Bro, buying one world-class player is not classical. When the best player in the Premier League era leaves your football club, you need to replace him with immediate quality. Unless you got in an understudy for a year and got that understudy to play with him and to learn from him. Like we had with Fernandinho and Rodri. If we had an understudy there for De Bruyne for 1 year and that understudy looks really good and then they said, okay, De Bruyne goes away, fair enough. We don't have that. So we need to buy immediate quality. And GIBBS-WHITE is not that. For all he is no De Bruyne. You're no Jack Kennedy. You're no De Bruyne, bro. You're no De Bruyne. And that doesn't mean you're a bad player. That doesn't mean you can't fit into Man City if maybe Doku leaves and then maybe Foden shifts onto the wing more and then you can have more minutes in the midfield. It does mean you're not what we need at the moment, assuming Doku doesn't leave. And maybe you can figure out something else, but again, why bother? Why bother when there are so many simpler options then?